Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Yasin, and today we are going to be doing a cell phone camera blind test. So I really love doing these blind test cameras with the cell phones because it takes the biases that we have towards which phones we like or which brands we like, and then it lets us just put the pictures side by side next to each other, and we get to decide which camera that we like based on the results that came out of those pictures. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. I believe this is my third one that I've done, and I'm going to continue to do blind eye tests for cell phone cameras as more and more cell phones come out. So if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing to my channel, and I'm going to be showing you guys a series of pictures A, B, C, and D, and pointing out what sticks out to me and the differences that I notice, not necessarily meaning that one is better than the other, just what sticks out to me, and then you decide whether you like A, B, C, or D. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be revealing which letter corresponded with which phone, so that you know exactly which phone that you prefer. So the phones we have going head to head today are the Oneplus 6 that just came out about 3 weeks ago, and then we have right after that the Samsung Galaxy S9. And if you remember, the tagline for the S9 was actually the camera reimagined. So we're definitely going to see how well that camera does when it goes head to head against the Oneplus 6. And then we also have the iPhone 10, which is about halfway into its life cycle, but it's still a really good camera. And then we have the cream of the crop, the OG when it comes to cell phone cameras, the Google Pixel 2 XL, and we'll see how that one does, if it's still standing at the top of the mountain and compared to these other three phones. So those are the four phones that I'm going to be comparing today. Like I said, A, B, C, and D. Jot down what you like. Let me know which one that you ended up picking in the comment section, or whichever one came out for you the most in the comment section, because I would definitely love to know that. But anyway, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into these pictures. Here we go. So in this first picture, it's inside my studio where it's a controlled environment and controlled light. And to be honest with you, all four pictures look really good. And the only thing that I noticed is the whites on the table. They are a different shade of white in each picture, so that's something to pay attention to. And also, if you look at the red case, then you'll see that in picture B, the red is really deep and really dark red, and also in picture D, then the color of the red is bright. So that's something else that I noticed when I was looking at these four pictures. But other than that, I think the sharpness and the detail is all there from all four phone pictures. So right after that, we have a picture of a forest area, which is somewhere in my neighborhood. And all four phones do a really good job in terms of detail and sharpness, and also with the shadows and the highlights. The only thing that stands out to me in this picture is the color reproduction. You can tell some of the leaves are light red, some of them are deep red, and some of them have a hint of yellow in it. But if I remember correctly, then the forest honestly looked like picture B to me. One other thing that I do want to point out is if you look past the trees right where the sun starts getting really bright, picture D seems to start overexposing the picture in the highlights. But other than that, all four of them look really good to me. Right after that, we have the infamous fire hydrant picture. And for some reason, all the fire hydrants in my neighborhood are red, not the traditional yellow. But when you look at this picture, you can see that all of them do a really good job in the detail and the sharpness. The only difference is, once again, the color reproduction. Some of the reds are really bright and saturated, and some of them are just faint. But if you look down at the grass area, you'll see that there's a little bit more detail and sharpness in some of the pictures, and the others seem to be a little washed out and not that much detailed. So this next picture is a little bit tricky, and the reason for that is because of the color of the door. So as you can see, all four phones show a different shade of black, but my door is actually not black. It's a little off black. It's actually closest to picture A. And then if you look at the brick around the door, you'll see in the top that there's a discrepancy when it comes to detail. Like picture A seems like the detail is just not there, it's not sharp, and then it gets more detailed in the other pictures. So that's something else that I pay attention to when I'm looking at this picture. So here are some nice shots, and this picture is the picture of a Range Rover Evoque. That's my sister's car, and it's in the driveway, and the only light that it's getting is the light from the garage door. And you can see that the sharpness and the detail in the grille and the car is really there. The only thing that you notice is the color reproduction. The car seems to have a different shade of white in each picture. But also, if you look at the background, where that house is and where the sky is, pay attention to the amount of noise that the picture of these camera phones produce. Each one of them is different. To me, the noise is really controlled in picture D, so that's something else that I noticed. So here's a night shot of a fire hydrant, and this is my parents' neighborhood and they do have yellow fire hydrants. But this picture right here is only being lit by a post which is about 2 meters to the right of it. So you could see that it's not getting a lot of light, but the cameras are doing a really good job showing the detail of the fire hydrant. The only thing that I notice here is the color reproduction. Some of the yellows are really deep and some of them are faint, but also pay attention to the grass right in front of the fire hydrant. You could see more detail in picture D, and some of them are just really dark and they lose the detail in the shadows. So here's another picture in the night, which is a friend of mine, and she's standing in the driveway and she's only being lit by the light in the driveway. And you can see that the camera phones do a really good job in terms of sharpness and detail. They get every little portion of the picture correct. The only thing is pay attention to the skin tones, because some of the skin tones are a little bit warmer and some of them are cooler, some of them are dark and some of them are brighter. So each phone does a different type of processing, which can lead to a different type of color reproduction when you're looking at skin tones. And here's the last picture, and this is a picture of a brick wall right outside my parents' house, and the only light that's lighting this wall is the post that you see to the right of it. And all 4 phones do a really good job with the reproduction of the details in the brick. And the only thing that I noticed is that some of them, the pictures are faded and some of them are really sharp and detailed. Like in picture A, you can see the details and the sharpness, and the light doesn't seem to overexpose any of the brick pieces, where picture B, it seems like it's a little blown out, it's a little washed out. So that's something that I paid attention to. Other than that, they all look really good. So that's it. That's all the pictures I had for you guys. I try not to make the video too long, but I hope you found a camera that you liked, and you have one picked out. You sure you got one? If you need to go back in the video right about now is a good time to pause or go back and look at some of those pictures, because I know some of them were really close. But anyway, here are the results. So did you get what you thought you were gonna get? Let me know in the comment section down below which ones that you got, and I'm gonna see which one came out the most. But all of them, to be honest with you, were really close. Some of them you could tell the color temperatures were a little different. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, stay plugged.